Hello friends. Welcome to Homeopathy Medicines. Today in this homeopathic Materia Medica, I will discuss about homeopathic medicine Ranunculus bulbosus. Before starting this video, please subscribe to this channel. We need support from you to make this channel more beautiful and more informative. Now going to discuss about Ranunculus bulbosus, its uses and symptoms. Acts especially upon the muscular tissue and skin, and its most characteristic effects are upon the chest walls, like pleurodynia. Bad effects of alcohol, delirium tremens, spasmodic hiccup, hydrotrax, shocks throughout the whole body, sensitive to air and touch, chronic sciatica, head, irritable, pains in forehead and eyeballs, creeping sensation in scalp, pressing pain in forehead from within outward, eyes, day blindness, mist before eyes, pressure and smarting in eyes, as from smoke, pain over right eye, better, standing and walking, herpes on cornea, vesicles on cornea, with intense pain, photophobia, and lacrimation, chest, various kinds of pains and soreness, as if bruised in sternum, ribs, intercostal spaces, and both hypochondria, intercostal rheumatism, chilliness in chest when walking in open air, stitches in chest, between shoulder blades, worse, inspiring, moving, rheumatic pain in chest, as from subcutaneous ulceration, tenderness of abdomen to pressure, muscular pain along lower margin of the shoulder blade, burning in small spots from sedentary employment, skin, burning and intense itching, worse, contact, hard excrescences, herpetic eruptions, with great itching, shingles, bluish vesicles, itching in palms, blister-like eruption in palms, corn sensitive, horny skin, fingertips and palms chapped, vesicular and pustular eruptions. Modalities, worse, open air, motion, contact, atmospheric changes, wet, stormy weather, evening. Cold air brings on all sorts of ailments. This buttercup gives off an acrid ethereal vapor very poisonous to such as are sensitive to it, and has been many times mistaken for roost poisoning. This common field buttercup is not used as often as it is indicated, and it must be that it is not as well known as many other remedies. It is a rheumatic remedy of great usefulness when the chest muscles are involved. Pain in the spinal nerves, pleura and costal muscles always with extreme soreness. It is as sensitive to motion as bryonia, and to the cold, damp weather as dulcamara. It has sudden weakness even to fainting, and it has cured epilepsy. It is extremely excitable, and resembles the much broken state of sensitive invalids, hence it has complaints from fright and vexation. Its complaints are worse in the evening and after any change in the weather, especially from warm to cold. The evening aggravations are quite marked: the headache, ear pain, the nasal symptoms, the fever, soreness in the short ribs, dyspnea, oppression of chest and heart, tightness of chest, increased pulsation, trembling, chilliness, are all worse in the evening. He is extremely sensitive to cold and cold, open air. Cold air brings on headaches, rheumatism, neuralgia of chest, spine and ovaries, vertigo. Sudden exposure while overheated will bring on febrile symptoms, pleurisy or pneumonia. After exposure to cold air, his chest muscles are sore as if bruised. Draught of cold air causes sore pains in many parts. He is extremely sensitive to rainy and stormy weather. He is sore and bruised in many parts. Stitching pains in liver, ears, chest, abdomen, shoulder and other joints, spine, lumbar region to abdomen, between the shoulders in the back, stitching, burning pains radiating from the dorsal spine, burning pains in cardiac orifice of stomach, in pit of stomach, neck of bladder, in cornea, in eruptions, in ulcers, pressing pain in forehead, vertex, eyes, temples, root of nose, pit of stomach, shoulder, across the lower part of chest, middle of chest. It has creeping, crawling, tingling, inflammation of the pleura with dropsy of adhesion, With pleural effusion, it is a very useful remedy when there is extreme soreness along the ribs, especially the lower ribs. It has cured lupus and epithelioma. Jaundiced. It has great depression of spirits and desire to die. Fear of ghosts and very irritable, even quarrelsome. Confusion of mind. Vertigo when going into the cold air. Sensation of enlargement of the head. Cerebral hyperemia with heat of the face. Headache with change of temperature, pressing headache in forehead and vertex worse when changing temperature, either to cold or warm room. Violent pains over right eye, worse lying, and better when walking and standing. All other pains worse from motion. This is a notable exception. Pressure and burning in the eyes. Great pains in the eye, especially the right. Soreness and burning in right lower lid. Burning and soreness in outer canthus of the right eye. Bluish-black herpetic vesicles over the eye. It has cured hemiopia during pregnancy. Stitching pains in the ears, especially the right, worse in the evening. It has cured hay fever with burning in eyes and itching of the soft palate, like Lythia, worse in the evening, pressing in the root of the nose. The skin of the nose is red and much inflamed. It has caused vesicular eruption on the face with great burning. It has caused epithelioma of the face. Prickling of the face, nose and chin. Twitching of the lips. Burning and soreness and redness in the throat, smarting and itching of the soft palate. There is much thirst in the afternoon. It has cured many times the weak and tottering condition of patients suffering from prolonged use of stimulants, such as whiskey and brandy. It is a great remedy for delirium tremens when he is besotted, has hiccups and is more or less convulsive. Epileptiform convulsions from alcoholic liquors. The hiccup is violent and convulsive. Frequent eructations. Burning in the stomach and especially in the region of the cardiac orifice. Stomach is very sensitive to touch. Paroxysms of neuralgia of the stomach. Sore bruised feeling in the short ribs, stitching pains in the liver, jaundiced. Soreness in liver on deep pressure, symptoms worse in the evening. In the abdomen there is much flatulence, colic, burning and great soreness on pressure. Stitching pain in right side of abdomen under the ribs. The pains are much worse from motion, breathing and walking. Many stitching pains in abdomen. It has a watery diarrhea and dysentery. It has herpes zoster with violent pains. Excoriating leukorrhea and sharp pains in the ovaries every cold change in the weather, from motion, and in the evening. Heavy, short breathing with oppression of chest in the evening. Sighing breathing. Pressure and constriction of the chest. Pressing pains in the walls of the chest. Violent stitching pains in the chest walls. Stitching pains in the region of 5th and 6th ribs. Painful soreness on touch or pressure on the floating ribs. Rheumatic pains in the chest. Chronic costal rheumatism. Soreness describing the attachments of the diaphragm. Inflammation of the diaphragm and pleura. Hydrotrax pains in chest from adhesions of the pleura. Sensitive as if inner parts were adhered. Pain worse from motion, in cold air, from becoming cold, on inspiration. Sensation of a cold wet cloth on going into cold air. Stitching pains every change of the weather from warm to cold. Sore spots here and there on the ribs. Pain in the region of heart from motion and inspiration and lying on left side. Rheumatic swelling of pectoral muscles with extreme soreness to touch. Pleurodynia with most violent cutting pains from inspiration, pressure, turning the body and cold air. Pulse full, hard and rapid in the evening and slow in the morning. Sore spots in the spine. Pain along the inner margin of the left scapula. Stitching pains in the spine between the scapulae. Pains in lower and inner margin of scapules in shoemakers, needleworkers and writers from sitting bent. One scapula often becomes adhered to the back and it is immovable, and later burning pain comes on. Weak spine and great lassitude. Vesicular eruptions form upon the back and chest with blue contents, with severe pain. Rheumatic pains, paroxysmal in character in the upper limbs. Stitching pains along the nerves in arms and hands. Tearing pains in forearm and hand. The pains are worse from cold, and worse from motion. Bluish vesicles in the palms and fingers. Seed warts on the thumb. Great weakness in lower limbs in forenoon. Stitching burning from the spine along the sciatic nerve in cold, wet weather and in stormy weather, worse from motion and in cold air. Drawing pain in the thighs. Rheumatic pain in knees, stinging and soreness in foot and toes. Corns very painful, sore to touch, sting and burn. He suffers from complaints like chilblains. He is late falling asleep. Sleepless from difficult breathing, from heat, and orgasms of blood. Dark blue vesicles upon the skin. Horny scurf forms after the vesicles have opened. It has been used for vesicular eruptions, for burns, for herpes zoster, for pemphigus, for eczema. Flat burning, stinging, ulcers. Horn-like excrescences. Thanks for watching this video. If you want more videos like Ranunculus bulbosus, please subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. Comment us your feedback. Like and share this video with your friends and family. For paid and free consultancy online, visit homeopathymedicines.com and mashclinic.com. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay healthy, stay happy.